Welcome guys to my news video. Yeah, before getting into the video, I feel like I owe you guys an apology. I know I said I was going to be uploading back to back, and let's just say I had a few things to say to there's this life outside of YouTube. But yeah, apart from that, I feel like what matters now is just that I'm around and I'll be dropping videos back to back, like for real this time around. So please make sure to drop a like for this video, then subscribe if you're new to the channel, and yeah, you can push the notification button just to get informed. But that aside, I said in my last video we're going to be making first user reviews on the newest games on Google Play Store. So yeah guys, one of the games I could registered for has just been released. We've gotten Brawlhalla, guys. We've gotten Brawlhalla, and I have to tell you, this is one of the games I've been anticipating for quite a while now. Brawlhalla was made by Ubisoft Entertainment, and if you are someone who's well familiar with games, then you should know when Ubisoft make games, they make games that slap, no cap. But yeah, that aside, so I also owe you guys another apology. I know I said we would be playing these games right from the start together, but I just have to let you know I have played this game. I just had to do it. So I've played this game. Maybe I've had maybe like 5-6 matches. I don't know, probably more than that. But yeah, nothing spoiled. I've not given you my review yet, so I feel like that's something we can do together. So yeah, just make sure you watch through the video, you see through it, and let's see if in the end it's a game that you'd recommend for yourself. So yeah, let's just jump into the video without further ado.
2,000 years later.
Alright guys, so this is the game. This is Brawlhalla. Welcome to Brawlhalla. Now as you can see here on the right side of the screen, we have online play, we have rank, we have battle pass, we have custom game room, we have water bomb bash, we have offline play, we have Meet the Legends, we have store. Now on the left side of the screen you can see my avatar, you can see my game tag, which is Night Owl 3. Now anywhere you see this name, just run, because if you meet me in a game, I would wipe your ass. I'm not boasting, I'm a pro. We are not doing that today. Yeah, and then here you can see the amount of coins I have. As you can see, I'm in level 10 already. Like I said earlier, I'm very sorry. I knew I said I was not going to play this game, but like I was waiting so much for this game, and so like once it dropped, I was so eager to play it, so I had to just jump in. Now before I get into the gameplay, I'll show you a few things from this mode. Here we have online play. Online play, without saying much, we have free for all, we have striker 1 versus 1, we have friendly 2 versus 2, we have experimental, we have friendly 2 versus 2, we have experimental. Now for free for all, basically you get put in a room alongside 3 other players and you guys battle it out. That's just basically what you're doing. You battle it out. Now for every single time you KO someone, you get a point. Now these points are the ones that are accumulating and will decide who will come out first once the game ends. Like there is a timer, so once the timer runs out, the game ends. Then you have striker 1 versus 1. I've actually not played this mode yet, so I'm thinking maybe I should play this for the video today. But yeah, we have friendly 2 versus 2 too. I've not played that too. But as you can see on the screen, for friendly 2 versus 2, they say queue solo or with a friend. That is, you play on your own versus another team. And then you have experimental. Now experimental basically is just like the sandbox where you get test out new features that might be added to the game later on. So it's basically like as if you're a scientist and you're in the lab getting to test out new experiments and to see how see how good they'll become. Now here for ranked, we have ranked 1 versus 1, we have ranked 2 versus 2, and then we have general. Now for ranked 1 versus 1, basically before I get into that, rank simply, if you've been playing these popular games, then I'm pretty sure in a few of them you've come across the mode where you have rank. Now basically rank is just like you trying to raise your popularity, your status, your your level in the game. So for this one here, you have ranked 1 versus 1. For ranked 1 versus 1, this is basically just you versus another player. You get 3 rounds. At the end of the 3 rounds, whoever still has a life or 2 or 3 lives left comes out as the winner. Now for rank 2 versus 2, now for the first one, which was rank 1 versus 1, it was just you. Now for rank 2 versus 2, you get to team up with a friend against another team. That is just basically it. You get to team up with a friend against another team. And then for join rank, now join rank there is like a custom room whereby you get to join different rooms that have been created for the purpose of ranked grinding. What I mean by grinding is like when you like play for a certain time, when you're trying to attain something on game, and then you get to, and then you are playing for quite a long time. So putting that aside, join rank, you get a room code to join the room, and so once you've input the room code, you'll be able to join the room and then join other players in playing the join rank. Now you have battle pass. If you've been playing these very popular games, if you've been playing this very popular game, then you should be familiar with battle pass. Now in battle pass you get missions, you get several missions that you need to complete, and for every single time you complete these missions, they accumulate, you get points that accumulate. Now for this point, if you check here, you have tiles, and then you have tile 1, tile 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then it goes on. Now for every single tile, there's a certain amount of point that you need to proceed from one tile to another tile. Now for every single time you move from one tile to another tile, if rewards are included in the new tile you're getting to, you will be rewarded with these gifts, and you get to keep them as your own. Sorry, it's not even like as you are going to return them, but that's right. As you can see here from the screen, you have the blue line, and then you have the golden line. Now for the blue line, that is the free-for-all battle pass. That is, you do not need to pay to be able to accumulate points and then proceed from one tile to another just to claim rewards. Now as you can see here, not all the tiles in the free-for-all battle pass have rewards. So in the case of the second one, which is the one in the golden color where you have a padlock, basically you have to buy that one, that is, you have to unlock it. And as you can see here, there's a difference between that and the free-for-all battle pass. Now in the case of this one, every single time you are moving from and proceeding to has a reward attached to it. So you simply get rewarded once you move from one tile to another if you are using the premium battle pass. I feel like that is actually very interesting. That's this person. Now leaving that aside, you have custom. Now we all love playing multiplayer games, but sometimes you might not be in the mood to play with someone else from USA, that is a random person. You might want to play with someone you are familiar with. So what you get to do here is you have create room, you have join room, and you have browse room. Now when you create a room, you get to decide whether to be public or private. Now once it is public, you can hand out your room code to anyone and they can join. Or I'm thinking in the case of, if it's a public room, then you will not be needing a room code to join. Now in the case of a private room, you need to give out your room code. That is, when you create a private room, you generate a room code that you can give out to other players to join you, so you guys can play together. Now for join room, like I said earlier, in the case of when it is not you has created the room, you would be given a room code by whoever has created the room. As you can see here on the screen, you input the room code here, then press join. It allows you to join the room that the person who created the room had. It allows you to join the room that the person who created it allows you to join the room. So and then you have browsing. Now if you remember earlier when I said when you want to create a room, you have to choose whether you want it to be public or private. Now for rooms that are public and do not have room codes, they are found on this section here, which is the browse room. That is, you get to choose from a certain number of rooms that have been created by other players, and then you get to join and play them. So we have water online. As you can see here, you have on the top here we have Brawl of the Week. Now for every single week, Brawlhalla brings in new events, and then this week they brought in the water bomb bash. Now for the water bomb bash, this is basically you alongside two other players in a team versus another team, where you get to battle it out using water balloons. Like how crazy is that? Like, I don't think you could get much more interesting than that. But yeah, moving to the next one, you have offline play. Now in the case whereby you don't want to play online or you do not have data, this game allows you to play offline. And then you have the couch party mode, you have the training mode, you have the tournament, and you have the train. Now for the couch party, basically it is a local offline mode for you and your friends. And then you have training, which is where you get to practice and study the moves of every single legend that you have to make sure that you have a better gameplay. And then you have tournament, whereby you are teamed up against the computer, and then you ascend after defeating one opponent or the other till you come out at the top. It's just two options. It's either you win or you lose. There's nothing more to it. And then you have tutorials where you are actually taught how to play the game. Now, I as an individual, I really don't check how to play games. Like new games I get on my phone or my system or wherever I play these games, I don't usually check out how to play them. The first thing I do is I first jump into the game. Then while tapping away, or meanwhile I notice that okay, me jumping in. As we have Meet the Legend. Now, like I said earlier, if you notice I've been mentioning legend. Now basically these are just the characters that you get to use in your game. That is the characters that you are allowed to use to battle it out against other players. Now as you can see here, we have a lot of legends actually, as you can see here. And for every single one of your legends, they have levels. That is, for every single time you use them, you get to level up. Now as you can see here, this young man here, Zario, as you can see from his name, is still in level 1, as you can see on the left side of the screen. Then there's the stats, there's the weapons, and then there's Zario with the other skins you can change. I mean, I am in the video, I have to tell you, I actually get bored when I'm playing a game and then my character is not like able to change skin. Like I'll get tired of looking at the same character. So Brawlhalla here is actually here to help out. You get to choose several skins that you want to change your characters to. But as you can see here, for every single skin that is there, you have to like unlock it. So that is for Zariel, and for every single one of your characters too, apart from having this, they have their lore, which is like their backstory. For every single one of your characters, they have their backstories, and then they have careers. Now in this career section, for every single legend that you use, you are allowed to know your usage rate, the number of games you've used that particular legend to play, your total kills, your total damage, and then you are being given your information in specific details again, where you get to know, okay, for this particular weapon, my character, I got this number of kills, I got this, I got that. Okay, why I didn't have any weapon, I was able to do this, I was able to do that. Now why I had gadgets, I was able to do this, and I was able to do that. Now going back to overview here, I mentioned weapons. Now you get to see the weapons that your characters have to, and as you can see here for my girl Val, for her weapons on the left side of the screen, you can see gauntlets and you can see sword. That's for Val. Then let's check another character for Volkov here. Okay, this young man here is a vampire. He also has other skins that you can change, and as you can see, I've used him a little bit. His level has increased a little, even though he has not moved to level 2 yet. But as you can see here from the blue bar, it has increased, and then he has his own backstory. So every single character in this game, they all have their own backstory. So that is not going to be an issue whereby you're like, oh wow, why is it just one character that has a backstory and stuff? Every single one of your characters, they all have backstories, and then like I mentioned earlier too, you can check the overall stats. Then you can check, okay, using this particular weapon, using this particular gadget, or why I didn't have weapon at all. Okay, well, what were the things I was able to attain with this particular character? So that's it just for each character. So as you can see here, we have Wushan, we have Zaria, we have Ada, we have Artemis, we have Asuri, we have Azod. We have a lot of legends for you to pick from. And then we have the store. I'm not going to be opening the store. You know what happens in the store. Then without further ado, I feel like I need to show you guys a bit of the gameplay.